Good afternoon, everyone. I'm GoLocal Live contributor Chelsea Gay here in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center with our weekly segment of what is happening in Rhode Island. And as many of you may have seen a couple weeks ago, there's an awesome viral video posted of Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski after their AFC Championship win. It was a really cute celebration video. They were both smiling, and you may have seen the Mystic Aquarium do a really awesome spoof of that video. So we have Adam Silly, Courtney Gill, and Alicia Colomb here from the Mystic Aquarium to talk to us about that video. And as you can see, we've got the sea lion stars in the background behind them. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. Adam, it's really nice to have you on.
Thank you for having us.
Oh,
Happy to be here.
So Adam, I heard that you really were the inspiration behind this video. So tell us a little bit about how you came up with this idea.
Sure. So I've been at the aquarium for 3 years now, and this is the third year in a row that the Patriots have been in the Super Bowl. So for Super Bowl 51, we saw a great response from our social media following on the social media campaigns that we did surrounding the Patriots, and we actually named one of our SEALs in our rescue clinic after Trey Flowers, the defensive end from the Patriots, and he came and released the seal, and that was just a great reception and a great moment for the aquarium that snowballed into last year where we didn't have the outcome that we expected, but here we are again, the third year in a row. So I knew that this was a great thing that we've been doing on social media with the Patriots. We have a great relationship with them. So I was brainstorming a couple ideas for what we can do on social media this year. I want to stay current. I want to do something new and fresh. So I pitched some ideas, and we got approval on recreating the video. And when I came up to our Foxwoods Marine Theater here, where we are, I told the girls in the theater that I wanted to do some videos. And Courtney actually, she said right away, we should recreate the Tom Brady video with Gronk. And we were on the same page from the get-go. So
awesome. So hopefully it's a good luck charm. Hopefully it's a good luck charm for Sunday, where we're hoping, fingers crossed.
Yes.
So if I could chat with Courtney and Alicia, I would love to be able to ask them. Hi, girls.
Hi.
Thank you so much for chatting with me. So tell me about the experience working with the sea lions. How do you get something like this to happen? So if you haven't seen the video, it's Courtney and Alicia both doing the smiles and nods, and then also the sea lion participating, doing a big smile and some really funny nods as well. So talk to us about that process.
Absolutely. So what you may not know is that Alicia and I are both trainers. However, we had a third trainer, Kim Hent, in the background behind the camera, actually asking Callie to participate in that session and do those behaviors so that she would do it straight on rather than looking at her trainers and participating in those behaviors. So Kim just asked her or gave her the cue to jump, and then she also gave her that cue for that beautiful smile that Callie has.
It was very beautiful. And so
it is. She's the most beautiful smile ever.
Oh, and so Callie is the name of the sea lion, of the famous sea lion in the video, which is funny because we're hoping Callie doesn't win this Sunday, but hey, we like that, Callie. So talk to me about, is she in the background behind you, or all the sea lions behind you? Are these all rescues? Talk to me a little bit about what's going on behind you in the theater.
Yeah, so all 5 of our sea lions are currently swimming behind us. So this is their free time, and they are free to do whatever kind of behaviors that they want. If you're lucky, hopefully one of them will pop up on that floating island and go to sleep. Usually it's around their bedtime right now. So they can do whatever behavior that they want right now.
Okay. And all of them are rescues. Now, is that something that the Mystic Aquarium is known for, bringing in rescue sea lions? Is that a program you guys have? Can you tell me a little bit about some of the programs at the aquarium going on right now?
Absolutely. So all 5 of our sea lions are rescued. So they were rescued off the coast of California for whatever reason, and then they were transferred to us here. So they've been here for pretty much the duration of their lives. So Callie and Sakari are our 2 oldest. They're 10. Maya and Pip are 5, and then Clara is around 4 years old. Okay. And like I said, they were rescued about at a year of age and then transferred to us here, which they've been here since then. Throughout the aquarium, we do a lot of rescuing, and we have taken in a lot of rescued mammals throughout the facility. And then we also have a rescue center on site that we do rescue a variety of phocids or seals throughout the area.
Great. And so this video, it was obviously so adorable and impactful. You know, talk to me about kind of what you hope the awareness is beyond how cute and funny it was. Are you hoping that viewers will look at the aquarium in a different way? Are you hoping that people will come out? Will it help with preservation efforts? I mean, talk to me about sort of the goal of this video.
Absolutely. So any kind of social media or public displays that we bring our sea lions out, we're trying to reach out to the public and have them visit us for a variety of reasons. And if it means that we connected with the Patriots and had Callie smile at the end, and people want to come see her do some behaviors during a show, then we've done our job at inspiring people to want to come and make connections with our sea lions. There are also opportunities to come and participate in encounter programs throughout the aquarium. So not only with our California sea lions, but there are other opportunities to meet our other marine mammals, some fish and inverts, and also our penguins. So it's a great opportunity. If you are interested in seeing them, you can actually see them up close, and you can even ask Callie for that fantastic smile. That's Pip in the background being a little bit vocal.
Yes, and we've actually had the penguins on our show a few times. It was awesome to get them in here and to talk about rescue and preservation efforts. So for those viewers who might not know about the aquarium or haven't visited, can you give them a quick overview of the mission of the Mystic Aquarium and the types of things that they might see there outside of some of the animals you just mentioned?
Yeah, so the aquarium wants to inspire people to care for them through education, conservation, and research. That goes throughout the whole aquarium, and everyone is so passionate about our mission. So when they come to the aquarium, not only can they see our amazing California sea lions, beluga whales, fur seals, stellar sea lions, and ice seal, some harbor seals and African penguins, but we have so many fish and inverts too. So we have rays and sharks, and we have an amazing frog exhibit and some exhibits in our Weird and Wonderful exhibit that you can go and see some really large crabs. So okay. I think there's something for everyone when they come to the aquarium.
Great, and even in the winter as well, too. I mean, I know a lot of people don't go out there because there's an outdoor component, but you are kind of fully active in the winter, even though it's 6 degrees. You can still head inside. You guys look pretty warm in there right now, so you can go out in the winter.
We're here every day, so we encourage people to come on in and enjoy the aquarium because we're here, so you might as well come and enjoy it as well, even if it is 6 degrees.
And so for animals like sea lions who are being trained to do all these different and really awesome acts, I mean, is this something that's good for them? It's stimulating their brain. I know there are some people that kind of are hesitant to want to see an animal doing things like this, but talk to me about the training process and the learning process for the animals.
Absolutely. So we train our animals with positive reinforcement. So anytime that they do a behavior correctly, we reinforce them. And we can reinforce them with fish. We can reinforce them with other things that they seek out, such as ice and jello, sometimes tactile and hose spray. So they get reinforced. Pip's very excited about that.
They want some of that right now, yeah.
We can reinforce them with things that they have seeked out and that they have found positive. And we train them for things that are physically and mentally stimulating and behaviors that they would naturally do in their environment. Okay. So that behavior where Callie jumped in that video, that is something that she might display on land out in the open ocean and on those rocky coasts in California. So we just play on those natural behaviors and train them. Okay. Another big part is training them to actively participate in their own health care. So a lot of those behaviors that we train them are voluntary health or husbandry behaviors, which is the most important part of our job.
And so, and the goal being release. I mean, I know Adam said that there was a Patriots player who was able to help out with the release of a sea lion. I mean, I know some of them are unable to be, but for those who are, these behaviors are kind of helping them acclimate to life back in the wild, or is that sort of the goal?
Yeah, so Adam was actually talking about our rescue center on site. Okay. And that's what I was discussing before. When we rescue seals, those animals sometimes can be released back into the ocean. However, when we talked about our California sea lions, they've already been rescued, and for whatever reason, they weren't able to survive out in the open ocean. So then they were transferred to us here, where they are provided an opportunity to thrive and be able to inspire those guests to make conservation efforts to help them out in the wild.
Great. And do you have any kind of new and noteworthy events coming up where the public can come out? I saw you guys do Prosecco with penguins, all sorts of fun things. Talk to us about your events calendar this winter and then the types of things you're doing to think outside the box.
Absolutely. Actually, Adam is a great resource for that. So we're going to bring him back on the screen because he is very well versed in what's happening at the aquarium.
Great. Thank you, girls.
You're welcome.
So we've got some great upcoming events. We have one called Tropical Sensation where we are going to warm up the aquarium, get everybody inside, where we're going to have hula lessons. There's going to be all tropical themed events going on. We also have an event coming up called Seal Splash, where it's a polar plunge into the Long Island Sound in Groton that will raise money for our animal rescue program. So those seals that are able to go back out into the ocean environment,
great.
It's a great opportunity to fundraise. It's a great opportunity to get a team together and all join for a great cause.
Awesome.
As well as our upcoming Prosecco with penguins. We have pizza with penguins and pancakes with penguins, so you can get any meal that you need to.
Any meal with penguins at this point.
Yeah.
Do anything with penguins. Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear that you guys are thinking outside the box in terms of raising money and allowing people to interact with the animals. That's so awesome. So thank you, Adam, Alicia, and Courtney for coming on. And thank you, Callie, somewhere back there, for your participation in the most adorable viral video I think I've seen this year. So thank you guys
for
chatting with us. It was very informative. And for those who haven't seen the video, check out the Mystic Aquarium Facebook page. You can see Callie's debut in a Gronk and Brady spoof video. So make sure to check that out. And you can also check out the mysticaquarium.org to buy tickets and check out the aquarium in general. So thank you, and thank you to the Sea Lions of the Mystic Aquarium for spending some time with us today. We hope to have you back on at some point. We'd love to have the penguins back, so we'll be in touch, I'm sure. Thank you.
Great. Well, yeah, thanks for having us, and hopefully we get a Patriots win.
We got one jump up behind you. Yes, hopefully we have a Patriots win. Thank you. All right. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back with our next guest coming up in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody. I'm here with Dr. John Keang from Rhode Island Children's Dentistry, servicing, we just said, the south end of Rhode Island and also Worcester. You guys have a practice.
That's right. There's a practice just south of Worcester in Sutton, Mass.
Awesome. And so we're here today to talk about the kickoff of National Children's Dental Health Month. And you know, honestly, we were laughing before because it seems like there is like a week and a month and a day for everything now.
Right.
But, you know, I mean, this is important to your practice and to lots of people. So talk to us about what that is and how it came about and, you know, why it's more than just like National Donut Day, which is probably the opposite of
which sounds much more fun sometimes, right?
National Donut Day is probably why there is a National Children's Dental Health Month.
That's right. So every year the ADA sponsors a month, you know, kind of raising awareness for children's oral health across the country.
Okay.
So there's different initiatives and different offices kind of partake in raising awareness for oral health for children.
Okay.
Yep. So our office is a pediatric dental office.
Okay.
That caters towards children, of course, and so and some special needs adults. So we kind of partake, but it's something that we kind of do all year long as well.
Okay. And so you guys focus on pediatric dentistry. So
Right.
why is that as opposed to adults' beautiful teeth? I mean, why the focus on pediatrics?
Well, I think it starts at an early age. I think it actually starts even with pregnant mothers, kind of establishing good oral health, good habits, kind of are passed along to children. And so it's been a passion of ours at our practice to instill that kind of long-term health for kids.
Yeah.
And so, I was a general dentist for a couple of years prior to going back to do pediatric dentistry. And so my passion, as well as our all passion, is to put kids at ease, start them off early, and get them to a lifetime of good oral health.
Okay. And so talk to me about, you guys have kind of taken this month to the next level. I mean, you don't have to do anything for this month. It could just exist, and you could put a poster on the wall. But you guys kind of take it a step further. You've got all sorts of events you're doing. You're going around to schools and preschools to talk about oral hygiene. I mean, how do you have that discussion with kids, and kind of how do you go about that?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where if you can make it fun for children and you get them engaged and you get them really excited about things, then they can kind of pretty much buy into anything. And so clearly our mission is to get them excited about basic oral health, kind of get them excited about, not the most exciting thing in the world, but to brush teeth, but to get small children to be engaged in that kind of thing is something that we feel is important, something that we do all year round. So we have a mascot that goes to local daycares, and we reach out to the pediatrician's office. We go to the schools. We really kind of get kids where they are, and then kind of help them establish what they need in terms of either getting out toothbrushes, toothpaste, demonstrations, just to kind of make it fun for them so they get engaged.
So this mascot is... What's the mascot?
The mascot is Pearl.
Pearl.
It's gender neutral, Pearl, and so Pearl is a very cute tooth that kind of goes around that the kids absolutely love.
Okay.
And so it's one of our great things that we have.
Okay,
to
so.
I think we got Pearl right here.
Pearl
actually.
The tooth. Pearl the tooth. Oh my gosh! Wow. So it's a real live tooth.
It's a real live tooth
that you've blown up and put a hat and a face on.
That's right.
Hello, Pearl the tooth. How are you today? I heard Pearl likes to dance.
Pearl does like to dance, and
Pearl
kind of is known to dance around the office every now and then. Kind of pops into an operatory when we see her.
I want Pearl to floss, but it doesn't look like Pearl can.
I know. Maybe not right now.
Not enough arm space.
Exactly.
For Pearl. Speaking of flossing, do you think the dance move has encouraged people to actually floss their teeth more?
It at least is raising the discussion.
Was it created by dentists to
No, but I wish I was the person to get in on the ground floor on that.
Well, thank you, Pearl, for coming out.
Pearl.
As a surprise. Don't fall on the way out. Then you'll have to go to Rhode Island Children's Dentistry if you break yourself. So Pearl that's cute. That's so cute. So kids probably are very receptive to that.
Kids are.
So for this month, she's going to go out and tour. I don't know.
She's going to go out like she normally does and reach out to see some kids. It's one of those things where, if kids can be comfortable in a comfortable setting, I think is extremely important. And so sometimes the dentist or the doctor's office can be a really scary event. And so if we have something that they can kind of relate to and put them at ease, I think that is one of those things that just makes our lives much easier, and it puts a positive spin and experience on going to the dentist.
And so I heard that you are incoming president of the Rhode Island Dental Association. Is that true?
Yes. So
am I not supposed to say that?
No, there's a couple of chairs, and so this year I'm the secretary of the association and the scientific chair.
Great. So you're very involved in this. This is important.
Very involved in dentistry in general, and in raising sort of awareness across the board for good oral health. So it's important.
And in Rhode Island, we have obviously some low-income families. Not everybody can afford the same things that everybody else can. I know you guys have a charitable arm. Talk to me a little bit about this kind of the stuff you're doing in that space.
Yeah. So a lot lot of what we do is actually based on charity work. I'm, specifically involved in the Rhode Island Oral Health Foundation, which is a foundation that puts on the Mission of Mercy every year. And so the Mission of Mercy is a 2-day event once a year that provides dental services to the underserved community throughout the state of Rhode Island. So this year we partnered with Providence Community Health Center. A fantastic event. We had a very good turnout, and we're hoping to kind of continue that success. This was our 5th time that we had that success.
Awesome. And so lastly, I want to kind of ask you about oral health in general. I mean, I think with my generation, it's probably started being more important. I know, like, when I was a kid, I don't think I went to the dentist as often as now I see kids doing, because I think there's just more information out there, and it's just become, more important. And so talk about the reasons for, starting your child early on good oral hygiene, and sort of really the purpose of what this month and awareness is about.
Sure. So I have a little bit of a confession to make. I absolutely hated going to the dentist as a kid. It was one of those anxiety-inducing kind of moments for me.
Had a tantrum.
Oh, 100%. I think I was probably one of the worst patients imaginable. But I think, if I was able to kind of alleviate that for kids now, I think is extremely important. And so if we can get kids in, usually the American Academy of Pediatrics says around the eruption of the first tooth or around age 1. And so sometimes the misconception is that it's too early. But it really helps kids kind of become familiar with an environment, helps get them on the path of having a discussion with parents about what they should be doing, what they should not be doing. And as long as we're setting good goals and setting good sort of anticipatory guidance for parents, it makes things just 100% better.
Awesome.
And
That's
it's also a place, too, kids are rambunctious, they run around, even those little toddlers, they fall, they hit a tooth. You just kind of need a place to go to, someone that you feel comfortable with, and to help out with that.
Do you have a good treasure chest for?
Oh, the treasure chest is awesome. Got plenty of good stuff in that treasure chest.
All right. So, I mean, if anybody's watching who is a part of, a preschool or an elementary school organization, how do they get in touch with you to get Pearl out there and get these events kind of happening in their area?
Yeah, Rhode Island Children's Dentistry. You can kind of Google that, and you'll find us on the webpage. You can reach out to any one of our offices. We're located in East Greenwich, Coventry, Narragansett, and then we talked about the Sutton office.
Okay.
So if you are interested in having Pearl come out and do an educational session with your kids, she will try and floss. I don't know if she can get around that thing, but
the dance move, not the oral.
But yeah, you can just reach out to our office and we can take care of it.
Great.
So.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Keating, for coming on and chatting with us about National Children's Dental Health Month.
Thank you.
So if you haven't made your kid's dentist appointment, do it. This is a reminder, because this is the month that we're
promoting it, but it's really a year-long thing.
Yeah, next month is National Donut Awareness Month, so you gotta clean your teeth first before you mow into those donuts. So, Dr. John, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. If you want to reach out, it's rihchildrensdentistry.com, and we will put that in the write-up as well. So thank you for coming out, and we'll be right back with another guest right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone. We're here with Marla Cooperrider, the media director over at RDW Group, right around the corner from here.
Yes.
In Providence. Thank you so much, Marla, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we are approaching Super Bowl, and we talked to a really cute guest up front about the sea lions, so you got to be better than that. But I think
that's going to be a tough act to follow, as will the tooth.
Than and a giant tooth. So I mean, you've got some big shoes to fill. But we've got Super Bowl Sunday coming up, obviously this Sunday, and a lot of people tune in for the commercials. You know, it's a big pull. It's the biggest advertising day of the year, some would say. So I wanted to have you on to talk with us a little bit about what we can expect to see this year from some of the big advertisers and some of the trends in that space. So first of all, give our viewers an idea of your background and what you do over at RDW.
So I'm the media director at RDW, and what that means is I understand how to reach people, how to reach target audiences, what platforms to use, and then I get to spend the budget or allocate the budget. So when there's a $5 million Super Bowl spot, that's what I get to negotiate and work on.
Awesome. Yeah, $5 million for 30 seconds is sort of an anomaly because that's not something you see.
It's the highest. It's the highest cost program of the year. It's also the most watched, over 100 million viewers last year.
Yeah.
So they anticipate the same this year.
Yeah.
Costs are about the same as last year, and just keep in mind that that's for a 30-second spot. Some advertisers run 60 or 90-second spots, so double and triple that cost.
Yeah, they're going crazy with it. So it is an anomaly, I mean, because obviously the way people are absorbing media is changing with Netflix and with Hulu and with all the other ways people are absorbing their media on a daily basis, but the Super Bowl is sort of the outlier to that because people will tune in for that, especially this lineup, LA, New England, you know, you've got both sides of the spectrum. So
you have two big media markets, so there'll be a lot of viewership.
Huge, huge. And so talk to me about the big players this year. Who do we see spending money? Who do we see coming back in the space that maybe hasn't been around for a little while?
So the car companies, almost all of them are in. Either they haven't been in recently or, you know, are coming back in. Mercedes, Audi, Kia, Hyundai. The beer companies, Anheuser-Busch, will have a lot of different brands. I've read that the Clydesdales will be coming back for Budweiser this year. Technology, Google will be in. Amazon will be in with both original programming and Alexa. I see a lot of celebrities in a lot of spots, so you have a lot of different people coming in. So I'm feeling like there might be a lot of humor coming up in this year's Super Bowl commercials, which we could all use.
Yeah, of course, of course. And so a lot of people are releasing the Super Bowl ads before the Super Bowl. It's sort of like, I didn't really think that was something that sort of happened over the past few years. Why do you think that is? I don't want to put you on the spot, but you know, is there a reason that they're releasing them now rather than just premiering them on Sunday?
Well, it's taking advantage of people that weren't going to tune in that may want to tune in. It's more awareness, more impressions. Ultimately, you don't want to just run one spot. You want to capture as many people as possible multiple times. So it gives you an opportunity to sort of preview and maybe tease something. A lot of people tease a spot and then they show the action, like the conclusion to the teaser in the game. So it's just a great way to continue to get impressions and to continue to make the most for that expenditure, because there's also a great expense in producing the spots.
Yes.
So $5 million just buys you the spot. You also have to produce the spot, and that's what the creative teams do, and that can be many millions of dollars as well. So you want to get the most bang for your buck in both senses.
Do you find that, you know, this time of year is sort of like the kickoff for advertising for a lot of companies? Are they using this spot because they're spending all this money and all this time? Are they continuing to run the same spot? Is it just for Super Bowl and then they're kind of theming out other things? Or, I mean, how do you see that
Well, you hit it on the head. A lot of people debut something now, and then they will run it over the course of the next few months.
And, you know, different variations of it, you know, something along the lines of that theme.
Right. Or they air the 60 in the Super Bowl, the 60-second spot in the Super Bowl, and then they will air a 30 over the course of time just to keep the awareness up.
And speaking of themes, you know, we talked about it's a $5 million investment for 30 seconds. I mean, so you'd think that people want to stay in a certain lane of political correctness because you don't, with that money that you're spending, you don't really want to tick off any of your viewers. Or maybe you do. Yeah. So you said you think people are going to kind of err on the side of more humorous and...
That's what the sense is that I get from what I'm reading and from debuting some of the spots that are already there. Some people are not debuting ahead of time. Google has been tight-lipped about what they're doing. Other advertisers are just being tight-lipped and really just want all the focus there. Those may have some controversy, or there may be a celebrity that we're trying to keep under wraps.
And you said that there's actually a Boston-based company that's doing a national buy. So tell me about that.
Yes, I believe there's a couple of new advertisers this year. Simply Safe is one of them, and I believe they're a New England-based company. I think they're a Boston-based company, and they have a national spot. Another new one this year is Bumble, the dating app Bumble.
Oh, Bumble, okay.
And Serena Williams will be starring in that spot.
Is she single?
There are a couple of... No, she is not.
I thought she was married.
She is... Well, I know she's...
Did she meet him on Bumble?
Yeah, she's married. Maybe
she met him on Bumble, yeah.
But so a few new advertisers and a few that have not been around in a while. I think a big one is Burger King that has not been on the Super Bowl for 13 years. So they're coming back in and I think talking about Whoppers, which why would you not talk about Whoppers?
Why would you not? I mean, why would you not talk about Whoppers? And, you know, how did it get this big? I mean, how did this Super Bowl become, like, the advertising mecca? Is it really that effective? I mean, are people...
It is that effective. And I believe that the preponderance of Super Bowl spots really came about 25 years ago. Debuted with Apple Computer, was one of the first advertisers in their 1984 spot. And so I think that it's one place with a captive audience and the greatest number of people. So that just became what advertisers strive to. I've been doing this for a long time, and so many of my clients, that was what they wanted to do. They just wanted to have a Super Bowl spot because there's cachet involved. You also get a lot of you were in the Super Bowl and you also got a ton of viewers over a short period of time.
And you know, you are in the media buying space predominantly. And so talk to me about outside of the Super Bowl. I mean, what are the trends that you're seeing? Are you seeing companies kind of stick to a traditional media buy as the same that you would have seen 10 years ago, or are companies kind of shifting and kind of changing with the times? Or I mean, what's a typical spend for you now?
Well, unfortunately, spending doesn't always increase, but the amount of places that we need to reach people has exponentially increased. So there's a little bit more fragmentation. I'm feeling like there are people going back to not going back to, but reconsidering some of the more traditional advertising outlets like broadcast TV, like traditional TV, like traditional radio, like print, because of so many privacy issues with digital advertising.
That's true,
so there's a little bit, I think, of a reconsideration of some of the more traditional platforms.
And one of your clients, the Department of Transportation, is doing a local spot.
We did not, just so you all know, we did not spend $5 million on this spot because we're only buying Rhode Island.
Taxpayers' money.
Taxpayers' money. It's nowhere near $5 million.
We're not breaking that story,
but it's a continuation of a campaign for the ripple effect and the impaired driving and drunk driving.
And we've had Dante in a few times to talk about the ripple effect.
And Dante's the creative director on this.
Yes, it's a great segment. Where can people check that out? I think it's on your website, correct? Or
it's on rippleeffectri.com. They can go check it out there and see all of the spots.
It's really great.
There are 10 or 15 spots, and you'll have to tune into the Super Bowl
to
see which one we are airing.
Okay. So you're going to
select. You may not have seen before.
So it may be a new one.
It may be, but it may not be.
All right. So who are you rooting for this year?
Well, I'm a Patriots fan, but I'm also a California girl, so it's a little bit tough, but I've lived in New England for 15 years now, so I'm a Patriots fan. It is Patriots all the way.
And do you have like a favorite advertiser that you like to see for the Super Bowl? I mean, I know a lot of people want to see Doritos. They want to see Budweiser. I mean, who's your favorite?
You know, I like to see all of them. They all bring such new, fun, interesting ideas, and so I am so agnostic when it comes to that. I just like to see good advertising, and I think that, you know, good is hard and good is subjective. It's creative. And so I just want to see good stuff out there.
And then you get the local, like, personal injury lawyer thrown in
you do,
to all these really good commercials.
You do get a little bit of that.
Like, how did this get
and that's where the DOT will be in that local break.
That's okay. That makes a little more sense.
So there's good stuff in the local breaks,
It makes a little more sense to capitalize on. Don't drink and drive after your Super Bowl party.
Correct.
Yeah, because people get rowdy on the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
Everybody, I mean, I know you're out there. Don't do it. Watch the DOT commercial.
Call an Uber. Call a friend.
Oh my gosh. Well, Marla, thanks so much for coming on to chat with us. We hope everybody tunes in for the Super Bowl Sunday, and let us know what your favorite ads are. I mean, I know I watch it maybe half and half for the Super Bowl, half for the ads.
Absolutely,
I
most
am
people
guilty
do.
for that.
I don't leave the room.
Yeah.
I stay on the couch for the commercials
You'll
and
leave,
the game.
You'll leave while the game's on to go to the bathroom.
Exactly.
To not miss the ads.
That's exactly right.
And I won't watch any of the ones ahead of time because I don't want to know. I don't want to spoil it. So
That's good.
we'll see what's coming on. Thank you so much for joining
Thanks,
us
Chelsea.
today from RDW Group. And for those who haven't seen The Ripple Effect, I'm glad we got to chat about that quickly. You should take a look at it. It's a really awesome series that you guys did with the Department of Transportation. So thank you for coming on.
Thanks,
We
Chelsea.
appreciate you giving us some insight into Super Bowl ads this year. We'll be right back with our last guest who's actually down in Atlanta. We're going to chat with her about the hype down there right now, the environment. I heard it's like 55 degrees down there today, so I'm kind of living vicariously through her. So we'll be back in just a couple minutes to chat with her and wrap up our show. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone, to the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. My last guest today is coming to us live via Skype from Atlanta. Umama Kibria, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We really appreciate you taking the time to chat with us.
No problem. Thanks for having me, Chelsea. So excited to talk to you guys over in Rhode Island. Welcome you guys to Atlanta.
Yeah. So you actually have a connection through someone that's been on our show, Keel Vodka. It was on with Laura talking about their fit vodkas. And so you are, a fitness lifestyle influencer in the Atlanta area. And so we wanted to chat with you because you are in the hub of everything right now. So tell us a little bit about your brand and sort of what it means for you to have the Super Bowl in your backyard right now.
Man, there's nothing more that I love than sharing Atlanta with the world. That's actually how I kind of got started with fitness. I first started this fitness journey as a way for me to just share my passion with people. I saw a huge transformation in my body, and I realized, oh, wow, I need to share this information with people. And the more and more I talked and shared that journey on social media, the more I saw that there was a big community for it. But what was missing on that online community was a way for people to connect and actually meet in real life. And I love meeting people up for events. And so it's kind of awesome. For the past 3 years, I've hosted this event series called Sweat with ATL, and I've actually been able to host it in New York, New Jersey, Boston, Miami, and LA.
Great.
And so hopefully we'll be coming to Rhode Island
Yes,
soon.
we'll work it. Let's do it. Not right now, though. It's too cold. Later.
Yeah, maybe
Your classes are outside, so no.
Indoor venue. But really, the Super Bowl being here is just another opportunity for me to share Atlanta's amazing community and just the Southern hospitality. But my voice is all fitness and how we actually bring people together through sweat.
Great. And so the Super Bowl, as we all know, is more than just Sunday. I mean, there's a lot of great events leading up to it. I know you were teaching a fitness class today right outside Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which must have been awesome. So talk to me about what's going on in Atlanta right now. What's the vibe? I mean, what's happening? What are people doing? Are people starting to arrive? That's like a million questions, but, you know, I feel like you can answer them all.
It's okay. I feel like we've been living in the Super Bowl hype for over a year now, trying to prep for the 1 million people about to enter our city. If you know anything about us, traffic's already bad, but it's definitely bringing a lot more energy now, and we're definitely making use of all of our different transportation methods. But really, there is just so much culture going on here, and that is what Atlanta is all about. Everything from the arts, the music, to sports, to fitness. There is just something for everyone, and I love that we get to showcase it here. So having Keel come out to the Southern Roots experience today was phenomenal, because what we were able to showcase is how we combine fitness, social life, and food in one atmosphere. And this is just like one of the 10 million events going on here. So I think people are just having a hard time choosing what to go to and how to get there.
Well, I heard Shaquille O'Neal's like having a party over there too, so.
Woo! Actually, I just got an invite to that one.
Hey!
Big Shack House Playhouse. Oh my God, the best artists are going to be there. So we're really excited that there's just so many great celebrities and people taking notice of everything that we have here.
Awesome. You'll have to Skype us live from that party.
Or you guys just fly down here. I heard the flights aren't too bad.
Yeah, I know. We're waiting on it. And speaking of that, we kind of chatted about this earlier, but are you seeing a lot of LA fans coming out, or is it really predominantly kind of New England people coming in? I heard the flights from LA are kind of expensive. It's obviously a hike. You know, you'd think the Super Bowl would sometimes be somewhere more central, but in Atlanta this year, what are you seeing as far as who are people rooting for? Who are the fans you're seeing?
It's kind of interesting. There's just so many random Saints fans posting billboards all around the city. So I think there's still so much confusion with the whole LA Rams situation, but I think the Patriots still dominate Atlanta right now, whether they're bandwagon fans or real ones, but, you know, they definitely have most of the spirit here, and Atlanta is just kind of welcoming to everyone, but haven't really seen as many Rams fans.
Oh, well, maybe it'll increase, maybe not, but in any event, I'm sure there'll be plenty of people flying in over the next few days. And speaking of that, I mean, I know you're probably out and about in the city. Have you seen our restaurants packed yet? I mean, can you get into your favorite restaurants that you want to? Is everybody kind of running promotions for travelers and different events? I mean, what's sort of the vibe of the city?
Yeah, I really think the hype is just starting today. I think people are starting to take off work. I mean, every street corner has some sort of pop-up right now. And for restaurants, I've seen people have to, like, book out restaurant reservations about a month in advance.
Wow.
And I mean, all the Airbnbs, hotels, everything is packed out. So it's really helping our commerce here. But really just everyone's getting creative, and you'll see random people pairing together, trying to fit into these restaurants, which is pretty neat because that's bringing together that community once again.
Sort of a restaurant meetup. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, kind of.
And so I want to go back to your class today that you had outside of the stadium. Do you find that, you know, because of the Super Bowl and because of the all of the hype, do you have a different demographic than you'd usually expect to see at your fitness classes? I mean, what is your general demographic, and how has that changed due to the Super Bowl coming into town?
Yeah, I think it definitely saw a demographic change, mainly because the Super Bowl is allowing people to explore new avenues, right? And be able to explore the city in different ways and explore their bodies in different ways and just be a lot more outgoing. So today I saw a really unique crowd of people that were like, hey, I took off work the whole week to really immerse in Atlanta's culture, or I brought my cousin from out of town, and Keel, obviously doing marketing for us here in Atlanta, brought out a different crowd for our fitness crew, because typically we bring in a very health and fitness minded individuals, but now we're kind of seeing a shift with more of like the social fitness goers, which is what I feel like the true demographic should be, which is someone that works out, enjoys life, builds a strong body, but knows how to have fun too. And these are the social people anyways that go off and do really big things, and I'm very proud to have them and continue welcoming them to our events.
Awesome. And speaking of social people, for those fans who are flying down to Atlanta, arriving over the next few days, I mean, what are some of your favorite spots in Atlanta that people should definitely check out, some sites that they have to see, you know, if you had a couple that you could mention?
Yeah, oh my God. Well, there's so many, but if you're gonna definitely focus on Atlanta's culture, you've got to start off at Ponce City Market. And Ponce City Market is a great place to park. First of all, download Park Mobile, that is going to be your lifesaver, and then walk on the Atlanta Beltline. So this is a way you can hop on a bike, on a lift, or a scooter, and really explore Piedmont Park. Go grab a drink at Park Tavern. Make sure you get popsicles from King of Pots, and really just, I think the best way of exploring Atlanta is to talk to random people. And since we are so engraved in our southern roots here, people are so willing to open up and give you a journal full of ideas. But if you really start in that area of Piedmont Park, Ponce City Market, Lenox Mall, Krog Street Market, you're going to get a bit of so many different parts of Atlanta.
Awesome.
So definitely check those out.
Or you can go to Shaquille O'Neal's party if you're lucky enough to get an invitation.
Yeah. Okay, so the Battery, that's where he's hosting it. It's about like 15-20 minutes out from the city where the Braves play now. Amazing new development they've done there. So definitely add that to the list.
Well, we'll look at We'll look at your Instagram page, hopefully, for some posts from the event. And I got to ask you, who are you rooting for?
Oh, man. Well, so I was born in LA, so I feel like a natural sense in me has to go for that, especially since we can recall that Falcons loss. So
Yes.
still bitter.
Sorry about that.
Oh, it's so fun.
So,
what about you guys?
I know. Well, we're rooting for the Patriots. We're in New England. I mean, we got to root for the Patriots. So hopefully this year we have a different outcome than last year, but we'll see. It's our hope. And so before we sign off, I have to ask you, so after the Super Bowl, after all this hype, I mean, what's next for you and your brand? How can people kind of stay in the loop with what you have going on?
Yeah, well, thanks for asking. But for me, my biggest driver in life is connecting people, whether it's through my Instagram, smallandstrong.fit, or my event series, Sweat With Us. I just love seeing people use fitness as a means of communication, because I think it truly is what's going to solve our diversity and inclusion problem in the world. And I am definitely looking for amazing ambassadors to work with all over the U.S. and be able to kind of start these Sweat With Us pop-up events. So definitely have Rhode Island on our roadmap.
Yeah, you gotta. Hey, we've got a fit community here. I mean, we're small, we're close knit. I mean, we'll get in touch. We'll figure something out. It'll be awesome. And so, if you can describe, sort of, for people who don't follow you yet, give us like a quick couple words synopsis of your brand, and if people want to check you out, what they can expect to see.
Yeah, definitely. So if you're into informative information on fitness and want to actually use the principles of discipline, structure, and actually learning commitment and transferring that into real life, my page is definitely the amazing community you'll find, because I'm not all about showcasing just myself. I think I'm an everyday athlete. I love learning and I love gym hopping. So I've been to 2 gyms across the U.S.
That's very exact.
Yeah. But I love being able to learn new methods and share that with people. But I think the best part is always meeting people in real life. And so I share other people's stories on my page. But really, it's all about taking that fitness mindset and applying it to real life. So if you guys are into that, definitely check me out. But mainly, just connect with my community because the people I get to work with are phenomenal.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Umama, for taking time out of your busy schedule to chat with us today about what's going on in Atlanta. For those of you who are going, make sure you follow her Instagram at smallandstrong.fit. You can check out some really cool fitness classes and gyms in the area, and you could probably, direct message her for more ideas about what to do. So thank you so much for checking in with us. We really appreciate you coming on, and hopefully, are you going to go to the game, or are you watching from afar?
Fingers crossed. Working on that one right now.
Well, good.
All these events, I have energy.
Well, give the Pats a little bit of good luck for us. We appreciate you checking in with the show. Thank you so much, and thank you to our viewers for tuning in this Thursday. We'll be back next Thursday with another segment of what is happening in Rhode Island. And in the meantime, make sure to check out GoLocalProv.com for all your news. We will see you next Thursday, and thank you again to Umama Kibria for checking in with us from Atlanta.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.